Good afternoon, everybody, and it's Ian and Jeff, the Auto Hub Show, coming to you from Executive Summit. And speaking of executives, we have a real executive here. We have I'm going to get you to introduce yourself because I want to pronounce your name right.
Rene Cejas from Poly, I'm the Vice President of Sales.
Perfect. And Polly is the manufacturer of the pockets.
Well, the running joke is, we should be giving out practice to customers and dealers, but no, we're the industry leader in embedded insurance.
Well,
you guys know that.
Of course, we know that. You were our beloved hosts at NADA, and man, we sure love that.
Amazing. You guys rocked it. I mean, we had some post NADA meetings, and the resonating theme of everyone's conversation was about how awesome the interviews were, the lineup that we had, and the booth, and the actual little stage we had set up for you guys. So it was awesome.
That booth was crazy. That was so good.
Best booth of the show.
I know.
And that was our rookie season. So was pretty cool.
We'll be bringing next year.
Oh my gosh! Wait till you guys see what we have planned. No.
So is it true that the podcast booth there is going to be on a rotating platform that raises up? Yeah, we're going to be like Janet Jackson or what's her name, J Lo.
We're going to have Jeff and Ian coming down.
Oh, I like that. Oh, good. Sorry, you can go ahead.
So, obviously you've been a driving sales before.
Yeah. This is my third or fourth time coming. Second as Polly. We were here last year, and they invited me out again this year, and just happy to collaborate with all our fellow industry leaders and executives and great people like yourselves.
So maybe you can share. Thanks for that. So maybe you can share a few things, a few learnings from the conference so far.
Well, I think it's just being able to keep your mind open to change. That's the biggest thing in our business. We were just talking about it with Larry. Is a lot of people are afraid of change, but it's not a bad thing. As the industry continues to evolve with digital offerings and digital retailing, you have to be able to deliver cars and deliver the information to customers the way they want it. And part of that is what we do with insurance, being able to offer it to customers in the way they want to have it delivered to them, whether they're sitting at home in their underwear or they're in the car dealership talking to a salesperson. So we've got to be available to give them the information they need to make a good buying decision. But it has to be on their terms. I think that's the thing that most dealers are afraid about, because it's always the cliche. We've always done it that way, and we hear that a lot. So
what's your opinion? Obviously, being in the insurance business, what's your opinion on the change in insurance?
Well, just like anything else, the pandemic has put a beating on insurance. You think about a 3-year-old Honda Accord a couple of years ago, that car was worth $20,000. Today, that car's worth $30,000. And so people are paying insurance on a car that's now has a replacement value that's 30-40% more than it was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So the insurance market and the insurance business is so regulated. The insurance company just can't go, we're raising everybody's rates. They don't allow that. So what happens is customers come around to renew, or they buy a new car, and then all of a sudden they go, whoa, what just happened to my insurance rate? They just doubled. I just had a buddy of mine call me and said, Rene, I had 3 vehicles. I dropped 2. I'm down to 1 because I got a company vehicle, and my insurance went up. And I said, that's the life in the world we're in right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's like ebbs and flows. Right now, the insurance is high, and interest rates are high, and cost of living is going up. But eventually, that will change. It will become better for the consumers. But fortunate enough for us, we have partnered with, I think we're up to 44 or 45 insurance carriers. So now I can offer a customer the means to shop all 45 insurance carriers in about 2 to 3 minutes. Right now, I think we're the only ones that can do that.
Yeah.
So from the dealer perspective, obviously, I'm assuming you'll advise to the end of the year. Why should someone work with Paul?
Well, the real sentiment here is why aren't you using College? I mean, we're a free service to dealers. We'll pay you to have a conversation with your customer, whether they buy a policy or not. We pay the salesperson, we pay the dealer, a couple different programs, but I mean, the dealer can choose how deep he wants to get into the insurance business. If they want to get licensed and partake in commission and get paid on renewals, obviously that's the most beneficial for a dealer. Um, it's like building a 401k. That money keeps coming in, every month. But if they don't, and they just want to have an offering to their customers, especially the customers that don't have insurance, obviously those are the easy ones. But on our platform, you can buy insurance 24/7. So if you're having a midnight madness sale, and your customer doesn't have insurance, guess what? You're not waiting for that customer to come back the next day, or hope they come back the next day because of insurance.
Well, it's surprising.
Sell it to them.
It's surprising that there's jurisdictions that are still out there where somebody has to get the car, sign it, get all the paperwork, pay for it, and then leave and go get insurance and go get their plates. Some places call it tags and everything else, and then come back a day or two later and get their car. I mean, for us, we come from a jurisdiction where the government unfortunately runs everything. They suck. But they have the plates. They have the one thing they do very well. They have road agents that come to the dealership. You can take delivery of your car. Like I said earlier today, before the customer comes out of the ether, they can be rolled down, going down the road in their car, insured and plated.
That's right. And listen, there was just an article this past week in Automotive News about a dealer in Texas that had stolen 4 Land Rovers, same individual, stolen ID, stolen information, and they didn't verify the insurance on that car, and that would have avoided all that hassle from that dealer. They would have just used the services we provide, verify insurance. That wouldn't happen. So there's more to it than just selling insurance. A lot of our dealers are using our solution at the sales desk. If your customer's negotiating on a price of a vehicle, well, if I can save you $50, $60 a month on your car insurance, the customer doesn't care where that savings is coming from. Left pocket, right pocket, doesn't matter. It's how much they're paying for that vehicle each month. So a lot of dealers are using our solution, and they have a second pencil process. They don't send a customer or the salesperson back out with an offer until they run them against power. And then, of course, while the customer's waiting for finance is where we shine. I've been in the car business 30 years. I mean, I'm surrounded by multi-year veterans of this industry. What did we do when a customer said yes when they walked into finance? Nothing. We put them in a lounge and, hoped and prayed that they, didn't get too upset that they were sitting there for 35, 45 minutes to an hour. Now we have a way to engage with that customer, keep them, occupied, if you want to call it that. But we're giving them a very viable, information as far as insurance goes, and then they save that money, $50, $60 a month, and they walk into finance.
So what you're telling me is a best practice isn't letting your customer sit in the waiting area, see a salesman go over, high five his buddy, and do the dance of joy, right? Okay, that's a good idea. It's a good idea.
I'm curious to know if you guys have the same ideas as where exactly did those salespeople go when that customer was put in that waiting room? They disappeared.
I think it's called sitting outside having a cigarette.
Well, it's on the back lot. But, God knows what they're doing, but they're not taking care of their customer, and the customer's sitting there going, "What's going on? Why is this taking so long? Where's my sales guy? Where's my I've been here 30 minutes." With us, I can give them a quote in about 2 to 3 minutes. If they want to talk to an agent, I have over 100 agents available. Working hours of a dealership, 99 is our hours. But they can call an agent, talk to an agent about their insurance, whether they buy a policy or not. We're going to give them all the information they need to make a very educated buying decision.
Yeah.
And when that happens, our average time is about 25, 30 minutes.
Keeps them very activated.
Very happy. They just were offered a way to save money that they weren't expecting, which is unheard of in the car business. So great CSI, great, Google reviews, and the customer at the end of the day is the winner.
Well, what's interesting too is if they sit in the waiting room, forget anything else. They do everything right. The salesman checks on them, brings them a coffee. Their brain gets cold.
Absolutely.
They've just spent 3 hours going through a whole process and picking a car and a congratulations handshake. Their brain goes cold. The F&I manager, even in the big stores, there isn't somebody always available.
Right.
So at least this is a great way that they can be occupied. They can be talking the car. The only downside I can see is what if they don't get approved?
Well, we can unwind an insurance policy.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I had a conversation with a dealer operator, and I said to him, what do you do now for your customers who need insurance, or maybe wants to shop for insurance? What do you do now? He goes, oh well, I think our sales team takes care of it. And I said, well, you know what your sales team is doing to take care of the customer? They're calling Joe Smith down the street, who has an independent agency, and Joe is talking to that customer about gap insurance, service contracts, financing, and he cares zero about your customer. That customer, you just spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get them to come into the dealership and buy a car from you. The guy up the street doesn't care too much.
And by the way, Joe does know a salesman somewhere else.
He definitely does.
Or sales lady, excuse me.
He definitely does. So again, it's a whole new vertical, a whole new stream of revenue that dealers have really been unable to tap into, and they can now with technology.
Yeah, it's pretty outstanding. And I know because you have a very deep background in the automotive industry, and it's a very smart thing to have an insurance company have a spokesman from the automotive industry instead of an iguana or a lizard.
This is true. This year was my 30th year in this industry. I love the car business. It's the people that I've met from coast to coast, from California to New York to down in Florida where I'm from, I'm still friends with today. And we always talk about these when we come to these conferences. It's a very small industry as far as the people that in this industry. And it's been very good to me and my family. I can say I love the car business.
One thing I feel remiss if I didn't bring it up, and I mentioned to you earlier, you've been quite public on social media about, and I can't remember the name of the initiative about golf clubs for kids, underprivileged kids. Maybe tell us a little bit about that, because that's terrific.
I've started For the Kids Tampa Bay. I'm a colon cancer survivor. I was away from golf for about 5 years, dealing with my health, and didn't think I could ever play again. And this year I had the opportunity through Poly to go and play some golf up in Georgia, and then go to the Masters on Sunday. And it re-energized my love for the sport that I've been playing almost all my life. But I knew I needed to do something more. I got a second lease on life, thank God for that. And I just thought, there's something else I can be doing to help, other kids get the opportunities that I had when I was little. And so with First Tee program, that's a YMCA program. It's all over the country, even up in Canada. But the First Tee program and I started For the Kids Tampa Bay, and we were able to deliver 105 sets of clubs this summer to the First Tee program in the Tampa Bay area. So,
how can people help with that cause? How do they find out more about it?
you can shoot me an email or instant message me on LinkedIn. I've had friends in the car business, again, I call them family, send me clubs, mail me clubs from all over the country. And we put together full sets of clubs, bag, putter, drivers, irons, and we take them down and we give them to the kids, and they actually get to play with them and then take them home. So
that's great.
There's the key.
And I would imagine, and I don't know this at all, maybe I'm wrong, it also helps kids get occupied doing something other than getting into trouble.
That and video games.
Oh, but no, golf video games are good. Terrific.
Thanks for taking the time today, Roger. And of course, I'm sure we'll see you in Dallas, Texas for any day.
Absolutely.
We're hoping for that. And you coming to Used Car Week in San
I
Diego?
will be at Used Car Week, but Tara Cassico, my senior vice president of sales, will be there. She's winning an award for women in automotive. So.
Oh, terrific. Well, we'll look forward to seeing her.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, you guys. Pleasure as always.
The saying goes, peace out.
That's right.